car, what I'm doing. It is a bit late to start season prep, but I have had a lot of customer work that I was kind of putting off until Christmas and after Christmas that I had to get through. Now the cars are back in the workshop. They've been in the truck since. My car's been here for the last couple of weeks, but while I was in Australia at the Keep It Read Podge and Cullen came over and took the engines out of both cars, and then I was meant to get the engines in back straight away, but because we're not actually going to be using the old blocks out of the cars, there was no major panic, so we got them sent back. We'll insert those clips here. We just dropped off the engines to Mallet Tools because I'm not capable of organising pallets to come and collect the stuff from my house. And Gary also he always just sends all the stuff for us with the last couple of years. So the engines are now after going back to DBM. The block that was in Connor's car basically from Poland was actually Jeroen's spare engine that he had between my car, Connor's car and Clint's car for the Drift Masters season. Obviously we had the issue with Connor's car at the end of the year, so that had to go back. My engine was absolutely flawless all year, but we're sending it back just to get checked over. But we also sent a new head because we are planning on running new engines this season. The new engines are going to be very spicy engines, they're really nice. So I'll show you more of that hopefully before we get them back. I might try to get Jeroen to do some video as to what is happening. We are working with race winning brands. They have supplied us some very nice bits. We're going to be running like higher compression custom cams that Jeroen has like basically designed himself to hopefully broaden the power band of the car. Even though we did have full boost at probably 3700 RPM, if not 3,500 RPM last season, but it did fall off a slight little bit near the limiter, so we're going to try these new cams and hopefully we have basically full torque from 3,500 to 8,500 RPM. They're gone back, hopefully we can get you some update as to what the engines we are running. So it's still going to be a 2JZ obviously, but they're just going to be a lot more fancy. That's that job done. It's time to go for a bite to eat now, have some lunch. Yeah. We'll see what the next mission with the cars is done. We just got Connor's car out of the truck. As you can see, my car is almost completely clear, tore down to the point like of all the panels off. I need to separate all the panels, but Connor's car is same. Need to try and get all the back panels off, tape stickers off the roof, the doors, and get it ready for new liveries. Other than that, we have an order put in with HGK for some fresh body panels. As you can see, my door is held together with screws for the majority of the season because the door is made outer skin, inner skin, and it keeps falling off. But yeah, we've just got a fresh door, so this will be in the spares package. Connor's car, the doors aren't too bad. I can't remember exactly what I ordered and what I'm going repairing, but yeah, the HGK stuff should be here soon, hopefully. So while we're looking around the cars, we'll do a quick walk around of the panels that are in the shed and the panels that are in the container, just to show you what one full season of Drift Masters looks like up close. I've done this before, people found it quite interesting because we do try to run one body kit for the whole season, and Connor had quite a crash in Mandela this year and I had quite a crash in Riga. I don't have Fion's car. This car that she got away to get a body kit fixed goes beyond my body panel repairing skills. We'll start on the left side of my car. The door isn't shit basically, it's held together with screws. Tyre mark, the sill is driven in just a small bit. Back to this back quarter panel, doesn't look too bad from afar. It has a crack here, a hole here from the extreme tyres wearing through. This is broke out here like a bad rash for some reason. In here, behind the taillight is good on this side, but the bumper is cracked. As you can see, the boys were plating it together. It's after eating away the side of the bumper here. This side, this quarter panel also from the outside has just a crack here, a crack here. The bumper is in smithereens here. The front of the quarter panel looks okay, but here is held together with plates. There's nothing connecting this and that together. Boot door is gone, no more use. We have to get a new one. This panel This panel has been surviving 2 seasons now because I've already fixed this. Rubbing this, my body panel skills are not amazing, but when it's wrapped it looks absolutely perfect. You're right. This sill is also gone in a small bit, but we run side skirts now, so this isn't like very important to get pulled out and fixed, because usually we used to have an exposed sill and that would be a nightmare. We'll go through the front panels outside in a minute, but the other car, Connor's door, all the way to the back, looks quite okay until here. This is quite repairable though, so we'll just get some fiberglass, touch this up and try to strengthen it a little bit. Inside of the door looks okay. He must have been fast as fuck, boy, because nobody got his sills. This quarter panel looks okay until you come to here and completely gone again here. The back, this quarter panel is actually quite intact here. Bumper, no more use. I don't know if I ordered 2 new with these or not. One thing about the GTA 6 is that these taillights, the outside lens is gone, but from the camera or from like the grandstand, it looks like we've got perfectly good taillights because Toyota made a very good taillight for hitting off the walls. But yeah, this quarter panel, I think I'm going to repair this one because, oh no, it's gone up here. His boot door is good. This door, pretty good. Couple of marks that we have to fix, not broken, so that'll be repaired. Now we get a flashlight and we go through the front stuff. So we got a new container. It's handy for storing all the parts. My bonnet, as you can see, a little bit of damage here from a previous season, but other than that, it's all good. Just a bit of heat mark. These are my parts for the car. My headlights are good. Connor's from bumper, I just replaced it for the Red Bull event in Galway, so that bumper is fairly okay and can go back in the car, but the corner of it is broke, small bit, so I have to repair that. My bumper, I think I have to get a new one because the bottom is quite damaged, so not amazing. This was, I think I'm after ordering a new one of these because this is like all the strength gone out of the bottom completely, and here is completely gone. Obviously people are going to be like, why didn't you repair it? But you know, we're trying to save time here, and it's probably easier to just get a panel rather than spend a day fiberglassing all this for just to crack again, because my fiberglassing skills are not amazing. So front wings, these are my front wings. I think I'm repairing both of these because they're actually fairly okay. So yeah, on my cars, like, I think it's a new front and back bumper, a boot door, and 2 new back water panels, as far as I can remember. I can't remember exactly, but that's close enough. Connor's car, this is his section of the container with all of his parts. I think he needs a new bumper bar because it doesn't line up. He needs 2 new front wings because they're like the up here. This is the hardest part to repair because it's gone completely, and that's where we bolt the bumper to the wing. So we got 2 new one of these. We probably will get all of our panels fixed at some point. His other one is here. This one's actually not too bad, but it's all in shite here. I think I want to fix this one. Again, I can't remember what I've ordered. His bonnet is good, just need to take the stickers off of it and do the bumper bar. So yeah, that's all the panels. I don't know exactly, like I was saying, what we've ordered, but at least you can see the true damage of the cars up close and personal, because at the last event in Poland, in the stadium, under the lights, everything looks spectacular because you're sitting like probably 60, 70 feet to a lot more feet away from the cars. And yeah, I think it's quite interesting for you to see how damaged they get throughout the season. Obviously it would be good if we had more of a budget to, you know, keep the cars in pristine condition, but pristine condition? That's the raffle company that I keep giving money to. No, it would be good if we had more budget to have the cars in more pristine condition throughout the whole season, but we try to keep on top of getting, like, having the sponsor stickers good, and that's kind of the most important thing, that they're getting the exposure that they deserve. The cars are still very dirty. I haven't actually power washed them or cleaned them properly yet, as the plan will be to drop the front and back subframes, inspect the chassis, make sure that there's nothing that needs to be, like, you know, stitched up, strengthened, repainted, and then while the subframes are off, I will take the cars out as chassis and give them like a full chassis clean, try to clean them the best we can, because we're not going to the repaint stage this year. But my car, one thing that I will be changing is this. It's like really flimsy body panel. Basically, when we were building the car first day, we thought it'd be better to take out all the weight out of this one as where we left it in Connor's one, and it's a much better job. But I did try fabricate a new section here that will like hold everything. Other than that, we'll go through the Wise Fab, go through the BC Racing coilovers, see what we need to change, you know, make sure that the road lines are good, all that kind of stuff. If we're refreshing the cars, we usually will put new Wise Fab on the cars, and then we'll keep the set that we've used previous year in the truck. But this year we didn't get very far really, so the cars haven't done a whole pile of driving. But yeah, it's just a matter of drop suffers of both cars, go through everything. Another thing that we will be doing is changing the power steering setups in the car a small little bit. So this is like the Opel Vauxhall GM style power steering pump. We've been using this for probably 6-7 years now, this style pump. We're having an issue while running the E90 rack in the GT86. I feel, well, this is like going from studies between me and James Dean in his Eurofighter. He runs the same steering rack, and with one pump the steering feels fine stationary and when you're driving through the paddock, but when you go and do like severe turns, it's like the rack is running out of fluid basically. So what we're doing is going changing to a twin we're changing to a twin power steering pump setup. So I'm going to have to try house maybe 2 of these or 2 other style pumps, hopefully in the engine bay, one here and one here. We have got another pump that's a little bit smaller than this, it's easier mount, and it comes with like a direct like plug, because there's really untidy wiring with the Opel pump because there's no like direct plug. It's kind of made that it goes to like your ignition switch and like your alternator on the ground basically. Other than that, it'll just be the engines getting an upgrade. The engines are going to be upgraded. They should be a lot more responsive, a broader torque range basically. I might also get a new windscreen, because my windscreen is cracked in every car that I own basically. But yeah, I have a windscreen in stock in town since last year. I just didn't have time to get it put in the car before we left for Spain. But this year, hopefully, if my calendar goes to plan, we will be testing the cars before we disembark to go to Italy. And if I don't, Jeroen from DBM said that we're not friends for the season. And if the cars break, he's not helping me fix them. So this year with the team, last year we brought a lot of people, and I feel like that there was nearly too many people. So this year, we're going to just go trial and error for the first 2 rounds and just bring 4 main people to look after the cars and like do the tires and everything. Because I feel like at least then everyone has a sense of responsibility, and the team should work a little better. From the outside, it probably looked like everything ran as smooth as ever, because the boys that were with us were very, very good, and everybody done their job, just trying to make everything a little bit better so that we have like an overall better program basically. But yeah, we have our like old head mechanic Liam, you probably remember him, coming back, and he'll be like a crew chief because we drive an FD now, so we have crew chiefs in Europe. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit easier hopefully, because last year I was very, very stressed. Connor was stressed, you were stressed, everyone was stressed, that it was just kind of like every single event was last minute, and then it just kind of blew everything out of proportion, that it was just not really a great time. But yeah, we're trying to get back to Drift Masters and just kind of have more fun with it basically. It's going to be a very busy year because Drift Masters is only going to be one half of our season. Last year obviously I stayed in Europe and was kind of more hands-on with making sure the cars were whatever. As for this year, every time I get to FD or Drift Masters, I just be catching up on sleep. So I kind of need the cars to be worked on and set up, everything done without me hopefully. I have no problem trying to help and do all the bits, but it just gets a little bit tiring when you're just like last year I was tired and stressed going to just Drift Masters. So this year between FD and Drift Masters is going to be quite hectic. So touching on FD, I just recorded a podcast with Jacob from FD. So yeah, that kind of has a lot of the information as to like what I'll be doing, who I'll be doing it with. Because this video should be out before that. Like I don't want that to be my announcement as to who I'm driving with and all that kind of stuff. I do want to let you know that me and Connor will not be running the Shanahans brand basically in FD. It's going to be the first year that we'll have to be separate sides of the paddock basically, which is going to be a little bit strange because it's going to be the first time since we both started competing that we're competing in the same championship but not competing as teammates. If we have to battle, or before a battle or after battle, we won't be next to each other to like debrief or to see what's going on. So it's going to be a little bit more, I'll be doing my thing over there, he'll be doing his thing, and then when we get back to Europe, we'll be running under the Shanahans brand, the same as always. I feel like there will be a little bit of confusion for a while as to what we're doing, because in Europe, the deal that we have basically is that I look after the cars and he looks after getting the sponsors and budget for the team. That's kind of how it's been running for a couple of years. So in FD, basically I've tried to take his role as getting sponsors and all that kind of stuff, even though it's not really working. I'm kind of struggling with budget for FD, but it's kind of one of those things that I've told a lot of people that I'm going to do it, so I kind of just have to make it happen now. But yeah, I plan on doing a t-shirt drop that might get you guys to help support my dream of making it happen. I feel like Tesco, but every little helps. You know, it's just like that. But yeah, Connor has his program in FD almost kind of together. So we will be testing in 2 or 3 weeks time at the White House event, and that will kind of let everyone know what cars we'll have for the year and what we're doing more in detail. I'm excited and nervous that I get to compete in America and Drift Masters, so it's going to be fairly full on. That's kind of where we're at with the shed update. I have Fionza's 14 back on the lift. I just have it almost pieced back together. So yeah, the engine went back to the M Sport for a full refresh. Got ACL bearings, bolts, rings, new gaskets, all that kind of stuff, and will be ready for sale. I just rebuilt the gearbox, put some fresh dogs in there, make sure the bearings are okay, seals, all that kind of stuff. Put a new input shaft because we had a clutch failure before, which caused a bit of damage. So basically the car will be for sale. We want to have it that it's kind of good for the customer to jump in and drive it straight to the track, obviously covered in dust. I've been waiting for the engine since last November, so then when the engine was ready, I was too busy with other stuff. But yeah, that car will be for sale. It's quite a good car. 3.4, 2JZ, just refreshed, GSR dog box, Winters, boys fab. There's like 3-way shocks, big brakes, new body kit. It has basically everything that you need to be a pro drifter. So if you want it, you can email us. If you are interested in this car and you want more information, more pictures, all that kind of stuff, you can email us at info@59racing.com. We can send you through the breakdown as to what's been done, what's been refreshed, and the price and everything like that. But yeah, if you are watching from a foreign country and you really want this car, we can change it from right hand drive to left hand drive also for an extra cost. There's no problem. It's just a garage update as to what we are doing. And once I start working on the cars, I will be recording and kind of doing more of a weekly thing, hopefully, until the first round of FD and the first round of Drift Masters, because basically my schedule kind of looks like getting the cars fully stripped, cleaned, and back together, ready for the engines, and then I'll be working on some body kit stuff, which I hate doing because I get covered in dust. I look like Santa Claus for a full day. We do that 2 days because of 2 of these things to get going. Fion's car will be back for some upgrades. Yeah, just kind of a bit of a refresh as well. So then that'll be those 3 cars, hopefully good to go. I have one more customer car that needs to get done. That probably will, I'm waiting for parts. So yeah, my schedule is quite busy. But hopefully it'll be get these cars ready for engines, get the engines back from DBM Engineering, then we'll go testing. That's the plan, because testing, as we found out last year, is very important. So that is the garage update. Yeah, I just want to say thank you for the continued support. I know we've been kind of quiet since Australia to now, but I've just been up the walls with absolutely everything else that is going on, not to mind these cars. So like I was saying, between now and the first round of FD in Long Beach and the first round of Drift Masters in Italy, it's going to be all hands on deck, getting these cars cleaned up, refreshed and ready to go. And we obviously learned a valuable lesson last year with testing, so that is going to be the first protocol with the cars when they're together, is to make sure that we get to either Watergrass Hill or the 360 Motorsports Park just to do a quick shakedown, make sure that the cars are doing what we're trying to do with them basically, and then we know they can go on the truck and unload in Italy, and we can just go full send from the get-go and no messing around with any other stuff. But that's it for another video. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, all that kind of stuff. This season is going to be more hectic than last year, I can promise you that. And yeah, thank you for the support, and we'll see you on the next one.